welcome back. Now, as promised before the break, Anna's going to show us a simple alternative cleaner that we can use in our homes. What are you going to be whipping up right now?
I thought I would demonstrate a nice simple 50-50 type of recipe. So 50% vinegar and 50% water.
So when we're making the simple 50-50 cleaner, what kind of container do you suggest that we use?
Generally, we suggest using a glass container. But for a spray, whether you're using an essential oil or something simple like water and vinegar, you could be using a plastic spray bottle. So I've got one that's quite sturdy. It's not a soft plastic. So you'd want to look for one that wouldn't very easily leach the plastic into the cleaner. And probably a small one so that you're making it fresh. It's not sitting for a long period of time.
How long can this sit for?
That's a good question. My thought is that I wouldn't recommend it sit longer than a few weeks.
Okay.
Once made.
Well, definitely the fresher things are, the better they seem for you. So let's go ahead and mix. You just are using plain white vinegar today?
Yes, I'm going to use plain white vinegar. We're going to put it into this plastic container here.
And are these bottles that you can pick up like at the dollar store, or do you need to go to like
Canadian
a specialty
Tire.
store, something sturdier?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'd say probably not the dollar store, but you can get that in even some of the grocery stores carry spray bottles. Okay.
And vinegar, of course, something that's found everywhere.
Yes. So we're going to do a 50-50 ratio.
Okay.
We're using about a 1 cup measure here. And I don't have a funnel, so we're going to very carefully be pouring this into this jar.
Now, is this one of the formulas that you are going to be teaching at the workshop?
Yes, this will be the first basic one.
Nice, easy one to start with.
Yes. So I'm just going to measure in 1 cup of vinegar, and then I'm going to add 1 cup of water. Now, you don't have to use purified water. I have a bottle here because it's easy to demonstrate and administer. And would you just hand me that, please?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
I always remember that smell of vinegar when cleaning, when Mom would run vinegar through the coffee maker every once in a while.
Yeah. And it is a very nice cleaner just for doing your windows when you do that spring cleaning. It's not abrasive, there's no ammonia in it, and it will shine up your windows without streaks.
That's amazing to find a cleaner that doesn't streak
One of my
windows or mirrors.
Exactly. One of my relatives even uses newspaper. Finds that newspaper seems to help
get rid of the streaks.
Get rid of those streaks, yeah.
Now, vinegar, it's definitely a little bit of a stronger smell, a more potent smell. You were talking about oils before. Could you add essential oils to this,
Yes.
or would you just have the worst combination of smell? Is there anything that you would recommend maybe to use more with vinegar?
You could use lemon or a grapeseed oil, or not a grapeseed, a grapefruit oil, essential oil. Another one that might be nice with this would be any of the lemon derivatives, lemon balm, lemon grass, and you would just need a couple of drops. They're concentrated derivatives of the plant, so they often end up being 50, hundreds of times stronger than the actual herb would be or the tea would be from that herb or plant. And so when we use it in a concentrated form like that, you need to use very little usually, a few drops, rarely more than 10 drops. And so that it mixes very well with water and even with the vinegars, and it will give that nice fresh smell, along with the benefits that you would get from inhaling it into the brain and the nervous system, and also on your skin.
And what would be, obviously, with natural and organic things, it sounds better. We know it sounds better, but why is it better? What makes these cleaners a little bit, I guess, are they safer for us to be using other than those heavy-duty, hardcore things you find on the shelves?
Well, in my practice and in other fields of natural health, we're certainly noticing more and more chemical sensitivities and environmental disease. And so it falls into the realm of we need to make changes in order to feel better when we have a physical reaction to something. And a lot of the chemical toxic load that we carry, we often don't even realize that we have that. And so the idea of using a natural product means that it's more familiar to the body, it's much easier to excrete through the pathways of elimination. And if we're wanting to support the way our body would normally clean itself, it would make sense that we use things that are more recognizable. by the body.
Well, it definitely makes sense. And I'm just wondering, you know, we always see those products on the shelves. They're coming out more and more now where they say they're eco-friendly and green and safe. Are they really?
I think it's important that, and this is not always the case, you know, you walk down the aisle and you see all of these different products, but we don't really get some instruction on how to read those labels. And so I think that that's really important. A lot of the chemicals that are listed, even on something claiming to be natural or to have a natural ingredient, can sometimes have the petroleum-based products in it. But formaldehyde is one of the more common ingredients, phenols, and even acids that, you know, read the cautions that are on there. And natural doesn't always mean organic, and natural doesn't always mean it's friendly with the other items in that substance. Benefits of an all-natural cleaner means that you're not having to worry about exposure to pets and your children, and even long-term exposure for yourself. We know that a lot of the ingredients in the products, the cosmetics, the building material in our homes are often made with known carcinogenics, the ones that are known to cause cancer. And that whole area, there's been lots of research done in that area, and that's why those are listed as such with cautions and poison symbols, etc., is that the way the body looks at it is always looking at preservation. And so if we're constantly absorbing through our sinuses, through what we eat, and through our skin, then we're increasing a toxic overload. And so our ability to cleanse and our ability to cohabitate with these toxins are really stressed over long periods of time.
Now, all these ingredients here are things that you can find, I'm guessing, at specialty stores and grocery stores. Mm-hmm. So everything that you're teaching in the workshop, people will be able to take these recipes home with them and continue to make them?
Yes, on an ongoing basis.
And that workshop is this Monday, and folks can contact St. Paul Adult Learning for more details. Perfect. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me today and giving us a very, very helpful hint when it comes to a homemade cleaning product. And please stay tuned because we have more around the region after this quick break.